Welcome back, you guys. Chris Wrestling Reviews here on YouTube.com. So last night on WWE NXT, I'm late on doing my review though, you guys. It's like Wednesday morning at 7:30. I'm up here thinking like, dang, I was like, I'm late on my review. Had to catch up with the show like the first hour. But yeah, you guys, Undertaker did make his presence felt as, he mentioned last week on Twitter/X that he was gonna, confront Trick Williams. And of course, Trick Williams, had like the all black on, kind of like Undertaker would have on. Undertaker, when he came out, he was kind of like shoulder nudging Trick Williams, the TNA champion, of course. And so with that being said, you guys, we also ended up seeing where Undertaker was like, "You're not the same Trick Williams when he was NXT champion," and he was like, "Yeah, I'm different now." And so yeah, you guys, Undertaker, spoke to him, and you can see like Trick Williams just selling, like talking to the Undertaker, like being scared of him overall. But he did do a great job at it. Trick Williams did lack, you guys, in speaking on the mic, but he's gotten better now, I would have to say, at the least. That's the only thing he was lacking at. But Undertaker would go ahead and put him up 7 feet in the air, you guys, and choke slam him down to the mat. He sold it, and in a second here, you guys, look at Trick Williams' face, you guys. His face was so goddamn funny. That's a great way to actually like sell this. So, I wish they would have kept Carmelo Hayes on NXT for a little while longer, because they're not doing nothing with him on SmackDown, but had him with Andrade, going one-on-one with him 7 times. But you guys, Booker T would come out at the start of the show, and he would say, y'all gonna be ready for Monica Monroe. Man, I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Booker T, Monica Monroe? It's supposed to be Blake Monroe or something like that. But I was like, where the hell did he get Monica from? So I guess Booker T was backstage sleeping. But you guys, yeah, we did have the culling group, which is Shawn Spears, Nico, and also Tatum Paxley and all of them. They did like a mixed tag match or some sort like that. But of course, you guys, we did see Dark State, you guys, would emerge, and we did get Tatum Paxley actually pinning the women's North American champion, Sol Ruka. So we're going to see Sol Ruka versus Tatum Paxley for the women's NXT championship, possibly later next month at NXT's Heatwave. Of course, you guys, it seemed very fitting that you put Tatum Paxley in this group after, she'd have lost like friends and everybody like Gigi Dolan, Shotzi Blackheart. I think her boyfriend at one point, you guys. But of course, it was great to actually see Tatum Paxley get the victory. And yeah. So, of course, we did get Fatal Influence come out there, of course, with JC Jane, the NXT champion and the TNA Knockouts champion. They will be interrupted by Lash Legend, you guys. Lash Legend came out, and, made her presence felt and everything. But she's not really doing anything on NXT. And then, of course, Miss Parker came out there as well. As you can see, like, her background looks like something from, like, Grand Theft Auto, you guys. And it's very fitting that she, she has that. But, of course, we definitely would get, like, the duo between Lash Legend and Parker, you guys. Imagine them as a tag team. Wonder how that will actually go. Of course, you guys, Fatal Influence, what I'm saying? She shut up all the doubters and all that stuff like that. But Fatal Influence, it seems like Fallon Henley, which is the one with the white tank top, and Jasmine Nix was the one with the brown, they're not getting along with JC Jane. And so, they, JC Jane was overall saying that, she wasn't, she didn't have like no help winning that title, which she kind of clearly did. But yeah, that's going to play a role in here probably in a couple weeks, maybe another month or so, you guys. So yeah, Jada Parker and Lash Legend would fight them off and stood tall back to back. Of course, WWE did pay tribute to a legend, you guys, that made his presence felt in WWE. It was a sad, tragic passing of Ozzy Osbourne. So we know Ozzy Osbourne was in multiple WWE events, and I heard the news yesterday, you guys, while I was at work, and I was like, wow, are you serious? Like, just think of all the songs he had, especially like the main song that I knew was Crazy Train. But yeah, you guys, Jasper Troy. What actually win the match by count out. I think WWE ended up having to where they had a spot to where Ricky Saints ends up slipping and falling through like the little step area, and I was like, wait, what in the world? So maybe that was something that WWE didn't plan to do, but it just kind of felt very weird that Ricky Saint slipped right there. So maybe it wasn't Titan or something like that. But yeah, I know Jasper Troy didn't want to win that way, you guys. So we'll definitely see we're definitely going to see what's going to happen there. Jasper Troy definitely is trying to make his presence felt. He's trying to get a championship, especially the NXT championship, off of the ruler, Obafemi. Of course, you guys, we did get Blake Monroe have her match. She defeated Ren Sinclair of, what's that group called? I forgot. Anyways, we had like a little mirror thing. You can see like all of that or whatever, like for her entrance. It was pretty cool. Of course, security was there backstage before the match, and general manager Ava Simone Johnson, you know, told Jordan Grace that she wasn't gonna be able to be out there. So Jordan Grace like she sneaked up inside of some kind of like clothes basket or something like that that they pushed around, and so she ended up making her way back into there, and then she would get laid out, of course, you guys, you know, by Blake Monroe. Excuse me, guys, I'm still sick. Sorry about that. But yeah, you guys, we did get Fatal Influence was back there, talking backstage, and yeah, it looks like we're gonna get some one-on-one matches. Of course, you can see some of the LFG people that were there at the show. First, we had Undertaker. We didn't get Michelle McCool, and so yeah, and then we get Ethan Page come out there to do like a little conference thing and talk about what the North American Championship means, and he also had like the flag in there, and then of course the director of TNA, Santino Marella, did come out there, you guys, and he wanted to challenge Ethan Page for the North American Championship. Ethan Page had the little design thing of like, with the Canadian flag on the belt part, but still like, the same old thing there. Of course, we did see Santino Marella pull out the Cobra thing. And of course, Ethan Page definitely did sell that. So it's going to be pretty cool to see their match next week on NXT for that North American Championship. Roman Reigns did appear up on NXT, you guys, where they wanted to show what Roman Reigns said, that he wants Jey Uso to team with him at SummerSlam to do a big match between, against the Browns, which is Bronson Reed, of course, and Braun Breaker. Jey Uso did say he wants to do it. So yeah, check out a video on Instagram on Jey Uso's page. Of course, we got Bully Ray, where he was happy for Ren Sinclair for getting in the match with Blake Monroe. And then of course they're definitely going to have a match to where Tavion Heights is going to face what's his name again, to see if he's going to actually like beat him. Charlie Dempsey is who I'm meaning. Of course, you guys, we did see where we had the clone Randy Orton, the young son of Randy Orton is what I call him, or clone Randy Orton, whatever y'all call him. We see, it was funny because Lexus King, y'all know him as Brian Pillman's son. He was like, "You ain't deaf." He said, "You just trying to get sympathy for everything." He said, "I got noise canceling earphones." And then he was like, maybe they didn't want to see you guys. Maybe you want to be on mute. And of course, you guys, in the main event, Obafemi did retain his NXT championship. If you guys have not seen that match, go to WWE's YouTube channel. Click on, once you pull it up, click on videos. And it's like a 9-minute thing. It's like with Obafemi's entrance and everything. Of course, you guys, Josh Briggs would attack Inamura after the match, because during the match we seen where Inamura was actually getting screwed over by Josh Briggs. And with that being said, you guys, we seen like, I can't wait to see the showdown between these two, and I hope it definitely happens at NXT Heatwave later on next month. Of course, you guys, the Undertaker will actually be backstage, and he will he was backstage and he was asking Javon Evans. He was like, you thinking about your next move?" And then that's when like a picture of Obafemi like flashed up there. He was like, "Go for the biggest dog in the yard." So will we see Javon Evans take that championship from Obafemi, maybe at NXT Heat Wave later on next month? We'll see you guys. Like, comment, subscribe to Chris Russell Views here on YouTube.com. I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully, we'll get some good wrestling news come out today, and I'll make sure I post it. See you guys later. All right, peace.